Hi everyone, welcome back to On the Mic podcast series. I'm your host Chakrapani, and with me is Vijay. So let's start our podcast today with by chanting Jai Ganesha. With this, Vijay, let's start with touch basing on the current trends of the recent times.
Okay. I would not recent times would be a very broader term, but let's see what is happening today with regards to India in sort of a geopolitics. What are the key things that could have happened? Uh, Jai Shri Ganesha. So before we get into what's happening today, I think let's congratulate the Indian women's team. They have comprehensively beaten Australian
Oh,
women's
for
team in
sure.
the 50 overs Women's World Cup. So Indian women team have reached the World Cup final. In a way, I also congratulate the women team, Indian women's cricket
Hearty
team,
congratulations for
because
the Indian
they have
cricket.
taken a revenge from the men's side because we lost final to Australia in the World Cup 50 over format. So it's a kind of a sweet revenge, I would say. So
Yeah, and
congratulations to the
it has
entire
a
women
balance in
cricket
its
team.
own way.
Yeah, it's a balance in its own way. So starting off, I think it's a very good and sweet news to start off with, and following up with one more sweet news is that. Uh, as we were discussing for the last 3 days, how the present Trump administration or the US administration, they take a decision and they immediately take a U-turn. So keeping that in mind, I think one good news that we got from the US administration is uh, close to 6 or 7 weeks back, they have put a sanctions on India using the Chabahar port. So, just to give a little bit of backdrop, Chabahar port is in Iran. So, India was using the Chabahar port for its doing business so that it can kind of attend it to the Central Asian countries and all. And especially, we are using Chabahar port to kind of do business with Afghan. We're trying to help them to kind of sell their exports to the rest of the world as well. So it was like a little critical for us, and we took an exception from Joe Biden's administration. It went well until 6 weeks back. The Trump present administration, in a pressurizing tactic to kind of put pressure on the Indian government, they kind of put the sanctions. But all of a sudden, as you know, they always take a U-turn. So they took a U-turn and they lifted the sanction, and they said like they are going to review the sanctions after 6 months. So until 6 months, Indian government can use the Chabahar seaport as usual. It is
The status
definitely
quo remained the
critical
same.
for the status quo remains same. It is very critical for us for a commercial point of view and also from a military standpoint of view. Because from that port, I think we can always aim whatever the 2 or 3 ports that Pakistan has. Because Karachi is always in range for us, and there are other 2 ports in Pakistan where they have some bit of navy and all. I think from Chabar port, it would be kind of a little easy. So that's one more great news for uh, for our government and for all of the Indians. I think the second news I think we are going to discuss would be on the H-1B visas. Uh,
Right.
if you look at, I think 45 days or 60 days back, Trump administration has
Multiple
announced
updates
that.
have been,
Yeah.
they were like slapping on the face. Once in the beginning, they said it's $10,000, right?
No, like they raised it to $100K. Like if you have to have an
Sorry, my
H-1B
bad.
visa,
$100K, sorry.
uh, $100K. Like it's like way the what is it, like way above the profession. No one, like, why would a company spend hundred k
No,
dollars
no
for
one would,
someone?
no one would want to afford it. First of all, no company, no sensible company would want that kind of uh, labor or any skilled worker to be on their land by
Yeah,
paying so much of amount for no reason.
yeah. And why H-1B? Like everyone would be wondering, like why H-1B? Why is India so kind of little kind of on the lower side with that announcement, because 60 to 70% of the H-1B slots are used by the Indians.
Of course.
It kind of kills our middle class dreams of going to US and all. So I think, as Chakri was saying, there are a lot of ups and downs with the H-1B visa announcement. Initially they went aggressive. Again, they kind of came back, ups and down. And they said like this is not for the renewals of the existing visa holders.
Immediately,
This fees is only.
immediately, I mean, when the first shocker came, almost a couple of weeks ago, I think in a span of 72 hours or so, I think that there was a very big backlash right from within
Yeah.
from within US itself, along with
Yeah.
India. I think in 72 hours or maybe less than that, they took an U-turn stating that this $100K is going to be applied only for the new
Yeah.
applications
Yeah.
for
They have done
25,
that.
25, 26 H-1B cap.
Yeah, yeah, it should be can. And like following like one sort news on the H-1B side is like earlier there was an automatic renewing for the H-1B
Right.
visa holders. Now I think
That
the
has been
government
removed, I
has
guess.
scrapped. Yeah, that has been removed today. They announced that. So let's say a person A has an H-1B visa which get expired. In
Right.
earlier scenario, that used to get auto renewed, like you just go and apply, like your visa would have been renewed. But now, like again, you have to start the process afresh. So there is no much clarity whether when someone starts this process afresh, whether they have to pay that 100K fees or the old fees. So again that again needs to be
The details
uh,
are yet to flow
yet to
in.
be yeah, to flow in. So I think that's one more topic we thought like we'll
Exclusive.
discuss. Yeah, and other hot topic that happened for last couple of days is like Trump's ASEAN summit meet. Like he was there in Malaysia, addressed Asian
Met
countries, and
Xi Jinping.
yeah, and prior to that, I think we forgot there's an important thing that has happened. Miss Trump administration has ensured there's a peace treaty between Cambodia and Thailand. And the Cambodian president or prime minister has vocally nominated Mr. Trump for the Nobel Prize. So that's one good thing. And
I think this
other
year's
thing,
Nobel Peace Prize is already over, right? So what else
I
he's
think for
nominating?
next year, like they are heating up.
Actually,
Uh,
he has another 3 years to
uh, yeah,
stay in the chair, right? Okay, I get it.
yeah, yeah. So they have been nominated, and one good thing in the Asian thing is like our Prime Minister Modi has joined virtually via video call,
Right,
and
right.
I think he made 2 points very clear to the entire forum that this 21st century is for India and for the
Belongs to
Asian
India.
countries, belongs to India and for the rest of the Asian countries, and he also said that this entire 20th century, like the entire sea control would be taken care by India and along with the help of the Asian countries. So he gave a very clear-cut message that we are going to take care of the Indian Ocean waters and the
Right, right,
Pacific
right.
waters as well. So that, and then he received a standing ovation from the entire dignitaries who participated on the Asian.
Sea
Moving
route,
from the Asian.
the sea route channeling in and around the entire subcontinent
Yeah, exactly. He
to
said
the
like
entire
we are
Pacific
going to
as well.
lead it. He directly said that we are going to lead. Others will have to join or
Right, right.
make friendship with us. So I think that was a clear cut message. And post that meet, I think Trump has visited Japan. Then he visited South Korea, and South Korea. I
Right,
think they
right.
kind of a promise $300 billion of investment in US. I think that has been there, but they took a back step because. Americans, like they did not play well with some South Korean workers who came to work with a
Mhm.
valid legal visa. Also, they kind of arrested them. So South Korea kind of stopped the project, and now again Trump went to woo them, and they kind of promised $300 billion. And in the South Korea itself, Trump administration and China's Xi Jinping administration, they had a bilateral connect. And there was a lot of buzz around like what will happen, like because both are kind of a declining and both the economies are not good, but at the front of it, both the nations were playing a bit aggressively.
Mhm.
Uh, but the prep that was there or the build-up that was there before their meeting, I don't think the output is that much. So it's like you went to a star-studded film and after watching the film for 15 minutes, you realize like, oh shucks, why did I come to this movie? So I think the entire meeting resulted in that sort of a thing. So knowing Trump administration, I think they kind of said like they kind of a clinched a deal on the rare metals that where China promised them to kind of a supply, and in return, China was asking for a technological cooperation from the US. So, but we did not get any update from Xi Jinping because I think he has yet to reach China, or like maybe after discussing with the other leaders that they might post out their press release. But from the US side, they feel it's positive as, and they said like China might kind of accommodate for the rare earth metals which US requires.
Now the
So
rare earth metals have become another common point for both the countries, for both the powers to, you know, have the make the loggerheads.
yeah, absolutely. I think we'll do one separate session on the rare earth metal industry itself,
Right,
and why China is kind of a dominating that entire space, and no
right,
one
right.
else. Even if you start, someone has to start now. It will take another 5 to 6 years at least to reach 25% of China. So
Very
I
true, very
think
true.
they kind of they
I think
monopolize and they
they
kind
already have
of
they already have that heads up and an edge than rest of
yeah,
the
yeah,
country.
definitely. I think they have that vision. I think their leaders vision that and they kind of did that. So I think that is it, friend. Like these are the kind of a current. I would say not. I would not say current, but the hottest ones for the today. We thought
Right.
like in between the longer
Maybe
discussion,
the
we also thought
trending topics is probably what we must say.
as the time progress, like we might connect as and when the news appears, and we might share our opinions. Maybe that's a little bit of a midterm goal
Right,
for
right.
Chakri's channel, but definitely like as a freelancer, I will definitely to the views I have, I'll definitely come and share it on this platform.
Of course, we keep sharing the observations that we make a note of. So we always try and keep those observations as neutral as possible and keep the viewers engaged to the extent that we can.
Absolutely. And thank you so much. So we'll call it a day for now. And please like, subscribe, and share our videos, and ensure that our channel started by Chakri hit the 500 subscribers mark within 10 days. So the honors lies on all the subscribers. And with lot of love and respect, have a good night signing it off for today.
Yeah, just on a closing note, if you like today's episode, kindly share it with your friends and tag us on the mic. So let's catch up tomorrow, and with this, let's conclude by saying Har Har Mahadev, Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. Yeah.